Hey guys, Kyle Blythe, J.Racenstein. I have the ProTool harness. I'm going to show you guys how to put this harness on and adjust it properly. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take apart our three main attachment points. We got one on the sternal and one on each leg. How we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and take the smaller buckle, rotate it a bit, and push it through the larger buckle. So as you see, I got about halfway here, and now I can pull it out. I've already done the two legs for convenience, so what we're going to go ahead and do now is throw it on just like you would a backpack. While you're doing this, you want to make sure that your straps are not twisted. So you can see here I got a twist. Like that. Go ahead and redo that. Make sure their straps are flat across the shoulders here. If they become twisted, you can get a smaller pressure point on your shoulders and perhaps your legs, and that can cause issues with mobility. It can also cause issues with circulation. So you want to make sure that these are flat. We can then go ahead and connect our sternal attachment here by doing the opposite. Rotate it sideways, pass it through the larger buckle. I'm taking the left side here, has the smaller buckle, rotating that through, pushing through to the right side, and now we're secure. We want to make sure, again, we're flat, and the dorsal attachment point is about the mid to higher back, right basically between the shoulder blades. So right here, we're in a good spot for our dorsal attachment point. Now we can go ahead and connect up our legs. Again, we want to make sure that the straps are flat. So you really want to be thorough when you're throwing this around your legs, that we're flat. So we can go ahead and grab the leg strap, going inside of the leg, outward toward the hip. On the leg strap is the smaller buckle. We want to rotate that, throw it through the larger buckle on the hip side. All right, we are secured. A lot of slack in this leg. We're going to have to snug that up here. Same thing on this side. We're going to want to make sure that it comes up and around flat. You know it's going to be flat when it feels flat and the slack in the tag is on the outside, not the inside. We can go ahead and bring it to the left hip here. Slide it through the left hip, and we're attached. So now we've got all three attachment points connected, secured. We can go ahead and adjust this. We want to look for a snug fit that does not restrict the mobility of our body, basically. So all of the adjustments going to be done from the legs. As you snug this up, it's going to get the dorsal and sternal positions in the correct place. And we can go ahead and have a few things we can look at to make sure we're in a good, proper fit. So on our legs, we're going to go ahead and pass the leg strap up through the buckle. Pull that slack through. You can use the hoop it creates to help cinch that up and snug it up. And then we can pass it through the outside strap to the slack and continue to work that slack up and through the buckle here. So I've already created a lot longer slack portion of the strap here, but I'm still pretty loose. I'm not very snug, so I need to continue to work that through. So I'm going to go ahead and pass more slack up through the buckle, create this little loop here. Now I can get it close to a snug, and I can pass the slack through the buckle. There we go. So now I've made that much longer. We're pretty close here. We do want to make sure we do this more or less evenly so we don't get one side tight and then tighten the other side and cause this one to be too tight. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the slack through the left side now. Same way, I'm going to create this loop. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. This one already has a little bit longer slack line on the outside here, so I'm already closer than I was on the right side. But now I can basically go ahead and pull my slack through the loop and we can check. So I'm pretty snug here. Now I want to make sure that I got full range of motion before I create any, I tighten up the straps anymore. So I want to stand tall in a nice square structured position. I've got full range of motion in my arms and turning. I can pretty much do anything I can without the harness on here. So it means I'm in a pretty good fit right now. So to make sure we're in a proper fit, we can always snug it up just a little bit more and see if we lose range of motion. So I'm going to go ahead and pass just a little bit more through these legs, see if I can get in nice and snug here. All right. Perfect. We got these straps secured, so you can slide these down to make sure you don't have any slack flapping around on you. All right, so I've snugged it up a little bit more. I can get my fingers through the straps, and I still got range of motion. One thing you want to look for is be able to fit your wrist or your hand as a fist underneath this chest strap. If you can't fit the hand, it's going to be too tight. You also don't want it to be super loose. So as I put my hand through here, I have to pull it out of the way, but I can fit it. So we're good on this point. We also want to make sure that we can stand up nice and tall, and we don't have any restrictions standing up tall. So if you're trying to stand up and you feel like you're pulling the harness up as you try to stand nice and tall, that's going to be a little bit too snug. So again, you want to make sure your dorsal attachment point is in between your shoulder blades. You've got that proper chest fit and your leg straps are nice and snug. I've got full range of motion here, so this is going to be a proper fit. It should feel like you've got the straps on, but you shouldn't feel like it's cinched and tight around any part of your body.